Guys, I think I'm gonna make it. I think I'm going to make it. I was up 2 nights in a row into the small hours of the AM. I had to cut a few things. I had to cut a few things, but I was able to make it through the layout stage. I have 2 pages left. I'm gonna work them out now. I think I'm gonna make it. Let me show you. So I've been in layout frenzy basically for the last 2 days. This is what I have. It's looking pretty cohesive and pretty good. How many pages? Let's see. 38. I mean, this one I'm probably not gonna. Maybe I will add the Haggadah and the Chad Miyodea. We'll see. It's concise. It's fairly coherent. It's cohesive. Um, and I'm happy with it. Let me show you a few tricks that I ended up doing for layout. So, number one, this here is a template that I made with extra thick margins and the header always. And I decided I'm going to staple it on the top. For the main reason is so I don't have to choose if I'm going right binding or left binding. I don't have to say if English is more important than Hebrew or not, right? It's going to be from the top. It's also easier for coloring. But that's why I added a big margin on the top. And this is where the headers are going to go. And then basically I exported it. I just downloaded it as a PNG and I would lay that down as a template. So let me show you. For example, I'm going to go to one of the normal pages like here. I would normally start my process by dropping down this template and then sending it to the back in the layers like this, locking it in place and using that as a visual place to organize things because you don't have rules and guides in Adobe Express. And which again is a bit shocking, but I've said my displeasure with Express throughout this process. At the end, I was able to do it. And one thing that I learned, and I think it's going to be useful for some of you to learn. First of all, when I'm done putting everything in place, I will download this, and then I had this other template, which is the print template, to keep this overall look of the headers based on my table of contents, which is the original song, right over here. So I would just copy one of these grouped areas and bring it over to the header. Now, what I've discovered, one of the sources of huge frustrations, I've gotten better at Express over this week. One of the things that was really frustrating to me is I would group layers, and then it would still select individual items within the group, and I would lock items, and it would not allow me to select items that were unlocked, which was the whole reason for locking them at the beginning, if that makes any sense. To show you an example and how I discovered. So for example, like this illustration, I like its placement, right? I would lock it. But what I discovered, see, now I already moved it to the bottom. It's all about the layer order. So if I have a locked layer that is higher up in the hierarchy than a layer that's overlapping with it, if it's locked, it's going to block anything under it, even if there's alpha transparency. If there's any transparency, it can still not select. Here, let me show you. Let me unlock this for a second. Ooh, no, wrong. Unlock. Unlock. See, still. Now I have trouble unlocking. Unlock. Okay. I'm going to move this up, for example. And I'm going to move this a little bit under it, just for the example here. Now I'm going to lock it back up. And if I try to select this text here, I mean, I could do if I go up here with the overlap, but anything under here would not allow me to select. So I'm going to undo everything. But that was a big source of frustration that when I finally figured it out, it was a big relief, a big like aha moment. The other thing about grouping, so I would often let me just group these two objects. And so I would group them, wanting to move them around, but then like it's happening now, but often I would just select one of these items. It's too easy to select an item inside the group and move it on its own. So what I discovered is if you click twice and you click on the border, then it's going to give you the grouping settings. And then you can move it this way, or you can ungroup. And so that's the way to work with groups a little bit better, which I also figured out. So that's just a little pro tip from having used Express now all this time. So that's about it. I have these 2 pages to ask the questions and the Dayenu that I needed to do a little bit more mental work at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I just couldn't do it. I'm going to do these right now, prep them for print, and then send one version to the printer, proof it, and I'll be ready to print the entire thing. I think I'm going to go live at least one more time before the trip, maybe with a printed copy in hand to give some final thoughts. And then we'll put this Haggadah to test with the family. And we'll see what I can garner from employing it live, seeing how the audience reacts to it, making some tightening, and coming back to it afterwards with a clearer mind. So I'll catch you then.